The cashier at Target looked at my son and said, "I'm so glad you're okay. Your mom came in yesterday crying saying you were missing." I felt my whole body go cold. My son Theo was standing right next to me, holding a pack of Pokemon cards we'd just grabbed from the toy aisle. He was 8 years old and very much not missing. His mother had been dead for 6 years. "I'm sorry, what did you say?" The cashier smiled warmly at Theo. "Your mom was so worried about you. She had your picture and everything. She was asking if anyone had seen you." Theo looked up at me confused. "Dad, what's she talking about? Mom's in heaven." I pulled Theo closer to me instinctively. "Ma'am, my son's mother passed away when he was 2. Whoever came in here yesterday was not his mom." The cashier's smile faded. Her face went through about 5 different emotions in 3 seconds. "That's not possible. She had photos of him, recent photos. She knew his name and his age and what school he goes to." My hands started shaking. What did this woman look like? Blonde hair, maybe mid-30s? She was really upset, crying the whole time. She said he'd been taken by his father during a custody dispute, and she was trying to find him. Every word made my blood run colder. Someone was out there pretending to be Theo's mother. Someone who had recent photos of him. Someone who knew personal details about his life. Did she leave any contact information? Did you call the police? The cashier looked uncomfortable. She asked us not to involve police because she said the father had connections, and they'd just side with him. She left her phone number in case anyone saw him. She pulled out a piece of paper from under the register. I was going to call her as soon as I got off shift to tell her I saw him here. I grabbed the paper before she could react. There was a phone number and a name, Catherine. My dead wife's name was Catherine. I abandoned our cart right there and carried Theo out of the store. He kept asking what was wrong and why we were leaving so fast. I didn't have answers. I just knew we needed to get home and lock the doors. I called the police from my car. An officer met us at the house within 20 minutes. I showed him the paper and explained everything. He looked disturbed. "This is a known tactic," he said. "Someone is trying to establish a false narrative. If she can convince enough people that your son is a missing child and you're an abductor, she could potentially try to take him and claim she was rescuing him. But who would do this? I don't have any enemies. My wife's family accepted her death years ago." The officer asked if there was anyone in my life who'd shown unusual interest in Theo. Anyone who'd asked too many questions or wanted to spend time alone with him. I thought about it. There was my co-worker Bridget who always asked about Theo. She'd friended him on the family tracking app claiming she wanted to send him birthday cards. She'd offered to babysit multiple times even though I'd never taken her up on it. She was blonde, mid-30s. I think I know who it might be. The police pulled Bridget in for questioning the next day. She denied everything at first, but then they showed her the Target security footage. She was clearly visible approaching the register with photos of Theo and telling her story about a missing child. She broke down and confessed. She developed an obsession with Theo after seeing photos of him at my desk. She'd convinced herself that he needed a mother and that she was meant to fill that role. Her plan was to establish the missing child narrative at enough stores and businesses that eventually she could take him from school and claim she was his real mother rescuing him from a kidnapper. The school would believe her. Witnesses would back her up. By the time anyone figured out the truth, she'd be long gone. She's in a psychiatric facility now awaiting trial. I had to explain to Theo that a woman from my office had done something very wrong, and that's why we had to move to a different neighborhood and change schools. He took it better than I expected. Kids are resilient like that. But I still check the locks 3 times every night. I still freeze whenever a blonde woman looks at my son for too long. Some fears never fully
Click the
go
link
away.
on the
You just
homepage
learn to
to
live
watch
with
the
them while
full
keeping your
follow-up
children
for free.
close.